Most people as they're getting older lose their higher pitched tones and gain some lower tones. You seem to keep getting better. I mean, and not lose your higher tones. Do you have any special care with your voice, or is it just natural?
I think because I didn't do any real screaming, I didn't do rock and roll, I would always try to sing, and sometimes I lost my voice on tour, but I was always careful not to injure my voice. So I feel very lucky, and I just go up on stage and then it happens, so I feel very fortunate. And I don't smoke, or I used to smoke too much, but now I don't smoke, and I just meditate before the show, and I'm very lucky. I get up on stage and I sing, and it's good.
How many freedoms did we sacrifice till we stand alone? And here we are again. Only if you really want to see it through. Only if you really want to see it through.
Yes, we're always a band with big plans. What do you have planned for next?
With Yes, it's kind of, we're going through that time where we were all going along a road in the same bus, and then somebody said, let's go that way, and somebody said, let's go that way, and somebody said, let's go this way, and we all looked in different directions again. It happens every 8 years for some reason, and this is the third time it's happened for me, and I just felt we must all agree on the road or we shouldn't be doing anything, because music is too important. Of course you can say, well, let's just make some money, and you say, yeah, but okay, but it wouldn't be fun. It'll just be the wrong progression, So let's have a break for a couple of years again, maybe 2 or 3 years, and then we'll do something else. So I always, we're brothers. Sometimes we totally love each other, especially when we're on stage, of course. And off stage, we're not, we have our ups and downs like normal people. But you always hope to do something again, of course.
Intuition, got a world inside of me now. Stand still, get in my thoughts. Intuition, got a world inside of me now. Yeah.
Surprisingly, I've seen Yes being called the worst band ever by some British media. How do you react to this? They obviously don't know what they're talking about, but well.
Well, the classic line that I used to say is, I don't make music for critics. I make music for myself, and I make music for people that I hope like what we do. Critics are critics. Sometimes they love you, sometimes they don't. It depends what side of the bed they got off in the morning. And they get up in the morning and they don't feel so happy, then they'll go and bash somebody up on the, get them, oh, these terrible, they're terrible, blah, blah, blah. And, you just got to live with it,
Long distance, run around. Long time, waiting to feel the sound. I still remember the dream there. I still remember the time you said goodbye.
But it's awkward because it's so obviously intricate, and Yes music and your music, it's just so obviously intricate, and I don't know. It seems like there's there's obviously some ground to it, even for someone who doesn't know music.
Yeah, sometimes you think, well, the classic line is that I think half of what Yes has done is great and half isn't. It's a very, that was this great comedian, I can't remember his name though. He said, he was asked, what do you think of your work? He said, well, half of it's really great, but half of it wasn't. And I think that's what it is. Life is like that, half of what we did was great and half wasn't. And you just say, you take your criticism, but I always say to my tour manager, if you've got any reviews of the show, make sure you just give me the good ones. That's all I want to read. Because I know when I'm bad,
People really tell lies, letting in the sunshine. People really count to 100.
Any new artists you enjoy, especially rock artists? Any new bands out there?
I haven't heard so much, but the last album that I bought was Outcast.
Oh.
It was amazing. It really was. And
Those guys are...
yeah, obviously the ones that make a big shock, really fantastic. And I can't remember the bands. It reminds me of the 60s now, the music, for some reason. They look like the 60s and they sound like the 60s bands. And they look like them on TV, it's very funny. It's okay, it's just a giant cycle of energy, But there are always very interesting musicians out there doing very new stuff in modern electronic music. And I like trance music, and I like the music they use for X Games. Oh. A very garage band, wild young kids, I love that.
Cold summer, listening, hot color, melting the anger to stone. I still remember the dream there. I still remember the time you said goodbye. People really tell lies, letting in the sunshine. People really count